The man who chased every drumbeat. The day I lost all my money, I almost sold my father's land. I sat outside my small room that night and stared into the darkness. My trading account was empty. My phone battery was low. I had borrowed money from friends. My wife had stopped asking how trading was going because she already knew the answer. I thought Forex was a scam, but the truth was that I was the problem. Let me tell you a story from my village. I grew up in a small village in Western Africa. In our village lived an old hunter called Baba Kola. Everybody respected him. He was not the richest man in the village, but he never lacked food, money, or peace. One evening, when I was still young, I asked him a question. Baba, why do you always come back with meat when younger hunters return empty-handed? He laughed and pointed toward the forest. The forest talks every day, he said, but not every sound is worth following. At that time, I did not understand what he meant. Many years later, after I discovered Forex trading, those words came back to me. When I first heard about Forex, I knew nothing. A friend showed me pictures of profits on social media. Another person told me he doubled his account in 1 week. Someone else said a certain signal group never lost. I believed everything. I opened a trading account and deposited money. The first trade won. The second trade won. The third trade lost. Then I started chasing every opportunity. If somebody said buy, I bought. If somebody said sell, I sold. If YouTube said EUR/USD was going up, I bought. If Telegram said it was going down, I sold. Every day I was running after a different drumbeat, just like the young hunters in Baba Kola's story. You see, in our village, whenever hunters entered the forest, they would hear many sounds. Monkeys jumping, birds singing, branches breaking, animals running. Young hunters chased every sound they heard. By sunset, they were tired, lost, and empty-handed. But Baba Kola only followed the signs he understood. He knew which sound belonged to a bird. He knew which track belonged to a rabbit. He knew which movement meant real prey was nearby. That was why he succeeded. In Forex, I was acting like the young hunters. I was chasing every sound, every indicator, every signal, every strategy, every social media trader. My account suffered. I would make money on Monday and lose everything by Wednesday. I would change strategy every week. I never gave one method enough time to work. Then one day I met an older trader. He looked at my charts and laughed. You trade like somebody running around a market with 10 shopping lists. I asked him what he meant. He said, pick one thing and master it. That was the beginning of my change. I stopped looking for magic. I stopped searching for the perfect strategy. I began learning market structure. I learned support and resistance. I learned risk management. Most importantly, I learned patience. The results did not come immediately. For months I still made mistakes. Sometimes I entered too early. Sometimes fear made me close trades too quickly. Sometimes greed made me risk too much. But little by little, things improved. I started treating Forex like Baba Kola treated hunting. I waited for the right signs. I ignored noise. I followed a plan. One trade, one setup, one decision at a time. The funny thing is that my profits became bigger when I traded less. Years later, I finally understood Baba Kola's lesson. Success was never about chasing every opportunity. It was about knowing which opportunities deserved attention. Many people think Forex is about finding the perfect entry. I don't think so. I think Forex is more like walking through a forest. There will always be noise. There will always be people shouting, There will always be rumors. The people who survive are not the fastest. They are the ones who know what to ignore. Today, whenever new traders ask me for the secret to Forex, I tell them the same thing Baba Kola told me long ago. The forest talks every day, but not every sound is worth following.